It's been a long road, but we're finally here in beautiful London, England. In the heart of the financial district stands the magnificent Broadgate Arena. The stage is set for an incredible squash showdown. At the 2005 Brit Insurance Super Series Squash Finals. The 8 players competing here this week have qualified to take part in this final event by accumulating points from 4 different tournaments. They are the PSA Masters, the Hong Kong Open, the Qatar Classic, and last but not least, the Pakistan World Open. The players are split into 2 groups of 4. The Fleet Group contains Thierry LINCOU from France, England's own Peter Nicol, Amir Shabana from Egypt, and Canadian Jonathan Power. And in the Harrow Group, the lone Australian David Palmer will square off against England's Lee Beachill, James Willstrop, and Nick Matthew. This year's event produced an incredible amount of great matches. They are, in no particular order, Thierry LINCOU versus Jonathan Power, Lee Beachill versus Nick Matthew, Peter Nicol versus Amir Shabana, David Palmer versus James Willstrop, Thierry LINCOU versus Amir Shabana, David Palmer versus Lee Beachill, Thierry LINCOU versus Anthony Ricketts, Nick Matthew versus James Willstrop, Jonathan Power versus David Palmer, Lee Beachill versus Thierry LINCOU.
Second pool match. Amir Shabana serving, Thierry LINCOU receiving. Best of 5 games, Lovell.
So the Fleet Group qualifying match, the 2003 world champion Amir Shabana against the 2004 world champion Thierry LINCOU. World number 1, World Open champion, reigning Super Series champion. LINCOU started with a great win last night against Jonathan Power. Shabana beginning with defeat against Peter Nicol. So Shabana comes into this match in a must-win situation. Charles and I are delighted to be joined in the commentary box by tournament promoter Satinder Bajwa. Baj, great to see you again. Wonderful tournament, a great draw, a great cast, and a great match in prospect.
Thank you, thank you. It's great to be here, and great to see these 2, one former and one current champion going head-to-head with each other, against each other, I should say.
2 great contrasts in styles here, Baj.
Definitely. I mean, Thierry LINCOU is an ultimate professional. He's going to play every match the same way. Shabana, if he gets it right, gets his touch in, then he could be very dangerous.
Now, Shabana was hot and cold last night. He's the Egyptian magician. Can pull out things with his racket that make everyone stand up.
Definitely, he did it last year. It was a non-counting match in a way because Shabana was out, but he beat Thierry here last year in the group.
And he was the only one to do that, wasn't he?
He was the only one to do that.
2-love.
I love the way he plays squash. I love his approach to the game. He plays with a smile on his face. Obviously loves his job.
He makes it look easy. And they say squash is a tough game, but he makes it look easy.
Well, last night against Peter Nicol, he fired in 5 incredible winners, one after the other, from all over the place. But Peter, to his credit, came back and dominated large portions of the match, showing that he's back to full fitness. It was a shame that earlier this evening he cut his finger and had to go off, so we were robbed of the chance of seeing Jonathan Power against Peter Nicol, renewing their rivalry. But here we have the last 2 world champions, so this is a great top-of-the-bill match in itself.
It really is. I mean, it doesn't open anything up because Peter is in the other half. But as a tournament promoter, it really is a bit of a loss to us if Peter can't play tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. Obviously, Anthony Ricketts on standby to come in.
Yes.
So exactly what would happen if Peter Nicol could not come back tomorrow to play his match? Anthony Ricketts would come in and take Peter's current record in the tournament?
He would inherit Peter's position and probably would have to win tomorrow to have a chance of qualifying.
Yes, indeed. But back to this match. Level pegging, 2 apiece in this opening game.
We saw some great shots from the Egyptian in the front left. Now each player sniffing the other out, going down the left wall beautifully, I must add.
I think Thierry's just got to stick to, being a little bit more, really being very strong about taking this game seriously. Because if he loses his concentration, he could be in trouble.
And out 3-2.
Now Shabana, the shot maker of the two.
See, this smile can make all the difference.
Very disarming, Baj,
Yes.
when your opponent starts smiling at you.
Thierry said that he finds it difficult to play Amr Shabana because he can never get serious. So he's got to get serious and show his professionalism today.
Whoa, what a shot. Shabana just drifting that drop shot across the front of the court into the front left nick.
A little taste of the magic he is capable of.
Yeah.
Great shot from LINCOU, creates an opening, and Shabana going the wrong way, had to make a decision. Fortunately for him, picked the wrong side.
On a cold court like this today, if you guess and you guess wrong, you've got no chance of a second attempt.
Baj, you were saying Thierry LINCOU, the ultimate professional.
4-3.
He's come on so much in the last 2 years, and obviously having beaten these guys, he's now improved as much as anything in the confidence department.
Most definitely. I mean, he's just a hard worker, and he actually respects his opponents. He still feels that they are kind of legends. He's come in as a late comer, but he's getting more and more confidence day by day.
Great touch from Shabana.
Oh, he seems on tonight. I mean, he has every opportunity he's had, every clear ball, he's capitalized.
He loves that front left nick. That's 3 times.
6-4.
That's the magic of the Egyptian.
That's right, Thierry making a mental note not to put the ball there again.
Well, I think you might have to make a lot of notes if Shabana's able to maintain that power and accuracy.
Well,
Just great squash.
Before the match, he did mention that of the 8 players here, Shabana is the one that worries him most.
Yes.
Well, Shabana came here last year not in top physical condition. He was a little bit embarrassed by that because he wanted to put on a great show here in London, his first appearance in the Super Series. So he's determined to make up for that this year.
That's right. He did manage to beat Thierry LINCOU last year, which is he was the only player to do it. And this year,
sadly, it was a dead rubber for him.
That's right.
But this is very much alive.
Thierry's got to get him into some long.
And there we just saw a little trickle boast. Wrong footing LINCOU.
Shabana showed him a drive, or a straight drop shot, ended up using the side wall to send it the other way.
No let.
Shabana gets a no let. Little harsh.
No let. On the wall, too good.
It was a nice shot, yes.
It was a good shot. People don't believe that Shabana can get to every ball, unlike Nicol or somebody like that. That works against him often.
Boast straight into the neck. That's the way Shabana responds to a no let. That's
Well, he
right.
may not get to many balls, but he can hit balls that you can't get to.
That's a great praise, Baj. I must remember that one.
Oh, he is deadly when given the chance.
The thing is, he creates it from nowhere.
He really does. He's uninhibited.
Here's an opening. He's got Thierry on the ropes.
That's great touch from LINCOU. Great pickup from Shabana, showing he can get there. That's interesting. The 10-foot drop shot.
Off the frame.
That's great stuff. Great finish from LINCOU. Beautiful squash. Great fun.
LINCOU using his wrist, not known for that.
6-8.
He's developed his game quite a bit, you know. The last couple of years, he's added some touches.
Yes, that.
Yes,
Let
left.
ball.
6-8.
Well, Lincou's a great student of the game, Barge. He's a very intelligent young man. He looks and learns, he absorbs information, works incredibly hard at his game.
Down.
It's in the tin.
And out. 9-6.
You're right. I mean, he's a student of the game, and even now, you hear him, and he's always trying to learn and develop his game. How old is he?
Thierry is 28, I believe. I'll just check that out. He's, no, 29. 29. Almost a senior citizen on the tour, but these boys are fit and strong. Mr. Power is 31, Nicol 32, Whitey's 31. These guys are lasting longer these days, Barge.
They are, and you know, LINCOU came on late.
Yes.
So he may have a few more extra years under him.
Yes, that's a very good point. His body is not burned out from the relentless slog of following the World Tour.
He is built very, very solidly. You look at his legs.
Great shot, and that's the opening game to Shabana. 11-6 to the Egyptian.
11-6. First game to Shabana.
So Amir Shabana, the Egyptian magician, leading 1-0 against Thierry LINCOU.
Down.
LINCOU straight away putting the ball in the tin. Great to see Shabana in such great form.
That's right. He was due. He was due to get it together.
LINCOU full stretch.
Beautiful length from the Shabanator. Right up the right wall. Thierry LINCOU certainly has his work cut out for him for the first time in a long time. Of all the top players on tour, Alan, Amir Shabana seems to have Thierry's number.
I think you were saying earlier that he's the guy that LINCOU fears more than the others.
That's right.
Because he's so unpredictable.
On any given night, Amir Shabana can take anybody down.
And tonight he's looking for that big win to stay in this tournament. Got to win 2 matches to qualify.
Yes, that.
Yes, left.
So that means Shabana needs to win today and tomorrow. So it's a must-win position for him.
Amir Shabana has tremendous racket head speed.
Look at that cross-court flick into the opposite nick. That's just a joy to watch. Where we're sitting, we were right behind the racket.
That's
that
right.
was just an absolute joy, just following the flight of the ball into that front right nick. And LINCOU hits the tin again. Shabana cruising ahead in this second game.
Well, Shabana uses his body very well to hide the ball. In certain situations, he'll hide the ball from his opponent and then work wonders with it.
Down.
Down again from LINCOU. This is most unlike the world champion.
3 errors in a row is not common for Thierry.
Monsieur Steady. But he'll fight back. He'll try and tighten things up if Shabana allows him.
Well, he's hitting his stride now, Amir Shabana, keeping Thierry LINCOU in the back.
Shabana even off balance, getting the ball into the back corner. Looking for that nick again. Gets right behind the ball very quickly. Off that LINCOU drive. Covers the drop. And there's the first mistake from Shabana in this game. LINCOU hitting that cross court.
A very wide cross court from LINCOU, so the ball hit the side wall just in front of Shabana, came back into his body. very difficult ball to hit.
Great volley from LINCOU, but Shabana onto the ball very quickly. Great switch from LINCOU, one side to the other. And that set up the winner on the next shot.
2-5.
So LINCOU just tightening up, producing some magic of his own. This is great stuff. And that's in the tin from Shabana.
Both
Big
players
slam kill.
exchanging errors, allowing Thierry LINCOU back into the game.
Well, we saw this against Nicol last night from Shabana. He took the opening game, had a great spell in the second, but then as Nicol tightened up, Shabana made a few mistakes.
And that's right, shot makers are sporadic.
Yes, left.
LINCOU gets the let. Big groan from the crowd
Yes.
here at the Broadgate Arena.
3-5.
No, it wasn't on the wall, he was there.
Right side pass.
And once again, getting a school motherly reproach from referee Jill Wood, saying the ball wasn't as tight as you thought it was.
That was
And
very
that
tight.
one was down.
4-5.
That one was tight to the tin.
I'm very good at that shot, Alan.
One of my favorites too. I can play that one from anywhere.
Big swing.
It's great squash. It's mesmerizing watching these two guys just shape and build this rally. Fascinating contrast in styles.
Quick drop from Shabana.
LINCOU stretching brilliantly.
Stroke to
And
Shibana.
a stroke to Shabana
Hand out.
after that
6-4.
big rally. LINCOU comes off, changes a string. Well, just changes the racket. I think he'll leave the string changing to a minion.
It's a bit too time consuming for the time he'll be allowed. So Shabana up to 6-4. Now,
Looking good.
as a shot maker,
Who, me or Shabana?
oh, well, both of you, of
Yeah,
course.
okay. Just thought I'd clarify that first.
Shabana, when he's hot, such as now, no one can touch him. Last night, he'd string together 4 or 5 points and then lose 4 or 5 points in a row.
That was loose
Stroke to Shibana.
interference from LINCOU.
Hit LINCOU with his swing.
Stroke to Shabana.
So the Egyptian
7-4.
gets a stroke. LINCOU gets a bruise on the elbow
That's right.
and a penalty stroke against him. Apology from Shabana. Any pain inflicted. That's great stuff from LINCOU, just taking the pace off the ball brilliantly,
Hand out. 5-7.
pushing in that volley drop.
And he set it up with a perfectly tight ball down the wall that Shabana could do nothing with.
Students of the game should look at his body position. He gets his
Yes,
feet
left.
wide apart.
5-7. Left, please.
Solid base. Great preparation for the shot. Get the racket up early and just push it in.
Take as much room as you possibly can. Force your opponent to go right around you.
Shabana flicks it cross court. Goes for the kill. LINCOU getting everything back.
Oh, this is beautiful squash here. Great volleys from Shabana.
Look at the work LINCOU's doing. That's unbelievable. In goes the drop. LINCOU getting another one back. Back wall. A nick in the back right corner.
Best rally of the match so far.
That was awesome stuff. Thierry LINCOU dug out 5 winners.
Hand out. 8-5.
That was great squash. Shabana moving LINCOU from corner to corner.
He's There's another opening.
Holds it, sends it deep. He's up front. Drop goes in. LINCOU lobs. Shabana down the wall. Where's this one going? Cross court. Goes for the winner. Gets round his opponent.
Down.
And LINCOU